I'd like now to invite my friend and colleague, Professor Charles Ewing, to come to the podium to present the Ken Joyce Excellence in Teaching Award.
The 2016 Ken Joyce Excellence in Teaching Award is given to a member of the adjunct faculty for excellent teaching and long-standing service to the law school. It's my great honor and pleasure to present this award to my longtime friend and colleague, John Nucciarino. So with deep sadness that I present this award to John posthumously. It's also with great regret that I have so little time today to tell you why John so richly deserves this award. I first met John more than 2 decades ago when I was working as a forensic psychologist in a high-profile murder case in which John was the defense attorney. We met months before the trial to go over my testimony. I was astounded initially at how early we were meeting, since most attorneys meet with me the day before I testify. I was astounded also at how well prepared John was so early on. I'd never seen an attorney so well prepared for trial. Initially, I chalked it up to the fact that this case was so prominent, but as I worked with John again and again over the years, I realized that this was how he prepared for every case. The best word I can use to describe his preparation is relentless. John was a truly outstanding lawyer. I can honestly say that among the hundreds of attorneys I've worked with from coast to coast in this country for nearly 40 years, John was the absolute best. Not just because of his relentless preparation, but because he was a gifted storyteller who had a unique ability to connect with other people, especially jurors. To put it most simply, when John talked, jurors listened and learned. So did I and everyone else who knew him. About 8 years ago, I began urging John to teach law as well as to practice it. And in his extraordinarily humble manner, John declined my suggestion because he said he had nothing to teach law students. Boy, was he wrong, and boy, did I let him know it. This was my turn to be relentless. I gently hounded John until he finally agreed to teach a course at the law school, and he was hired to do so by Dean Gardner. John quickly established himself as the most popular professor at the law school. As the academic dean during part of John's teaching at the law school, I had the pleasure of reading all of his evaluations and attending many of his classes. In doing so, I quickly learned that John was not only a great lawyer, but a great law teacher. In fact, not only the best lawyer I have ever known, but the best law teacher I have ever known. He connected with his students in ways that I could only dream of. He charmed them, he taught them, just as he had always done with juries, judges, and colleagues. As John became a legend at the law school, he and I conspired to create the law school's first Innocence Project. We decided that just to be considered for this project, a student had to take a rigorous course in post-conviction remedies taught by John. We announced the course last summer, months after students had already registered for all of their courses. Within days, maybe even hours, over 40 students had registered for John's course. 24 of these students later applied to be part of the Innocence Project under John's direction. All of them were well qualified, but we could only take the 8 best. A couple of weeks before the project was to begin, John became ill and was hospitalized. Despite being an inpatient at Roswell Park Cancer Institute, John continued to work tirelessly on the Innocence Project and even talked his doctors into allowing him to leave the hospital briefly so he wouldn't miss the first class of the new semester. On the Friday before that class, John and I talked for over an hour. He was brimming with enthusiasm and optimism, not only about his illness, but especially about his plans for the Innocence Project. The following Tuesday, 2 days before the new semester began, John died unexpectedly. John's death was a tremendous loss to the law school, to the legal community, and to me personally. But it's a testament to the esteem in which he was held by his students and his peers, and to his relentless preparation that the Innocence Project began on time, almost without missing a beat. Just hours after learning of his death, I had the sad duty of trying to find a replacement for John as director of the Innocence Project. Clearly, no one could replace John Nucciarino, and no one has. But out of the deepest respect for him as a lawyer and as a professor, 2 of our colleagues immediately agreed to share the position. They, like I, would be the first to tell you that John Nucciarino was an extremely gifted lawyer, a wonderful teacher, a tremendous human being, and an unparalleled friend who is irreplaceable and whose teaching at UB Law School will bear fruit for many decades to come. Here to accept the Ken Joyce Excellence Award in teaching on behalf of John is his wife and law partner, Catherine Nagel.
Over the last 2 years, I'm sure you heard John Nucciarino remark how grateful he was to just be standing before you. I know you share my sentiment that we all wish Professor Nucciarino, AKA the Nooch, as I understand you called him, was standing here today. John truly felt he was privileged to be at the front of your classrooms at UB Law. He enthusiastically agreed to teach any class the law school needed. He spent countless hours with his bins of notes and materials to ensure that each class presentation would teach you what you needed, not just to pass the bar, but to be an effective attorney from the day you took your oath. Dr. Ewing and John cultivated and nurtured the dream of an Innocence and Justice Project into the reality of a class John developed and taught in state and federal post-conviction remedies, and the program itself was launched this past year. With a twinkle in his eye, John would tell me, "We are going to make a difference." He took the responsibility entrusted to him by Dean Gardner very seriously. He was committed to seeing UB Law become an integral player nationwide in the area of criminal defense. If you Google John R. Nucciarino, you will find that he tried over 50 homicide cases to jury verdict in the course of his career, in addition to hundreds of other civil and criminal trials. He had a peculiar habit in every trial. When he stood up to give his opening statement, he drew a line with the toe of his shoe in front of him on the ground. He looked at that line and reminded himself that it was his job to cross it and be a passionate advocate for his client. He reminded himself that his client deserved, whether retained or assigned, an attorney who would never retreat back behind it, rather standing past it with the client to the very end. You may not have noticed, but John always drew that line before he taught each class. Maybe it was out in the hall as he sat waiting for the room to fill. Maybe it was at the back as he paused a moment before he entered. Or maybe it was before he began speaking, but the line was drawn, and he never backed up behind it. John believed that good teachers can change lives. There are 3 characteristics of John Nucciarino that I'd like to share with you. I believe that you have impliedly recognized these in John by honoring him with the Ken Joyce Distinguished Teaching Award, but I would like to suggest them to you, the 2016 graduates, as gold standard attributes to guide you in your practice. First, courage. Our profession is not for the faint of heart. Perhaps you remember from that first class that John told you about the line from Henry VI, Part 2. First thing we do, let's kill all the lawyers. Parents, contrary to what you may think, Shakespeare did not coin the punchline of today's lawyer jokes. Rather, the great Beard was pointing out the role lawyers played. In his play, where rebels trampled civil rights and made chaos out of law and order, Shakespeare represented that the most vehement opposition came from the lawyers who stood up for those civil rights. Power could be best maintained with that opposition removed. Hence, the first thing to do was kill all the lawyers. Our United States Constitution promises and assures that every person accused of a crime will be given an attorney for their defense. John Nucciarino accepted assignment to represent defendants accused of some of the most horrific crimes in Western New York history. The article in the Buffalo News following his death recited many of them: John Justice, Kirsten Vanderland, Jeremy Perkins, Luke Wright, and Nushan Williams, amongst others. In the court of public opinion, these men and women, often with serious mental illnesses, had been sentenced first, then trial, to paraphrase the Queen of Hearts from Alice in Wonderland. John did not shirk from his responsibility, but rose up to it and above it to make sure that they had a lawyer for their defense. No matter what your area of practice will be, throughout your coming career, display at all times great courage in the representation of your clients. If you do not stand for them, who will? Second, preparation. There is a saying that the only way to get to Carnegie Hall is practice, practice, practice. To simply have a job as a lawyer, it will be enough to work 9 to 5. To truly take your place in this legal profession, hard work and dedication are required. In his words of wisdom, John would tell young lawyers to make sure that they arrive each day before the boss and stayed until after the boss left. My problem was that the boss came in at 7 a.m. and stayed until 9 p.m. and worked 7 days a week. Not one of you sits here today with the expectation of being only a mediocre attorney. You and your families expect great things. That extra time before 9 a.m. and after 5 p.m. and on the weekends allows for meaningful thought and creativity to be brought to each and every case. John's rule of thumb was that every 1 hour of a direct or cross-examination outline will take 3 to 4 hours of preparation. Do the math to multiply that out to prepare for a 5-day trial. Your preparation or lack thereof will mean the difference to your client of winning or losing their case. If nothing else, public humiliation is a powerful motivator, but do not let that alone be your stimulus. Success breeds success. Devote the time to thoroughly prepare for every letter, every conference, every motion, every oral argument, every witness. It will be tempting to run out to meet your friends for happy hour at 5, convinced that you can win the day with charm and a quick 10-minute review in the morning. But it is only your preparation that will distinguish you to your employers, colleagues, opponents, judges, and your client. Do not disappoint them or yourselves. Third and lastly, heart. John's mentor was his dad, James A. Nucciarino. His dad admonished him growing up that everybody knows more about something than you do. Find it and learn from them. John took the time to put his pen down, lean back, and talk to each and every client and learn about them and from them. One of his greatest gifts was his ability to humanize his client to the trier of fact. That gift came easy, I submit, because he cared and it showed. I'd like to mention here Kirsten Vanderland, the young woman afflicted with schizophrenia who, in the throes of decompensation, killed her baby daughter on the sidewalk along a bustling, early AM Kenmore Avenue with people driving to work and getting on with their day. John spent hours with Kirsten and knew that she was a good woman who loved her baby. He separated the disease from the person and crafted the trial to give understanding to both in their separate spheres and the way they terribly interacted. He was convinced that the Department of Corrections was the wrong place for Kirsten. Thanks to his efforts, she was found not responsible for her actions and was sentenced to a secure mental facility where over the years she received treatment and was afforded dignity. John and I visited Kirsten in the secure facility in Rochester on several occasions. When she was released and allowed to move to a supported living environment closer to her parents in Ithaca, John drove to take her to lunch and spend the afternoon with her. The overwhelming message conveyed to me by the many people who came to John's wake and sent cards was that John had cared for them and their families. What will your legacy be? You all have hearts as well as minds. Each is important, so use them together and use them well. There is one gift that this particular class of graduates gave John these last several years, for which I give you my deepest thanks, and that gift was hope. Hope for him on a macro scale that tomorrow's world would be a better place under your leadership, vision, and advocacy. Hope for him professionally, that the tireless work of he and his criminal defense colleagues would be a torch passed on in the coming years to your keen and well-trained hands. Hope for John personally, that every day as your professor was a gift and a blessing and a reason to fight to live for tomorrow. On behalf of John's family, especially his sister Ruth, who is here with me today, and his daughters Whitney and Reagan, who were unable to fly in but offer you their congratulations, I thank you for recognizing John with this incredible honor. He would be humbled, and we as his family are most grateful. I offer my heartfelt congratulations to the graduates of University at Buffalo School of Law, class of 2016. Best wishes to you all. Thank you.
Today we welcome the members of the class of 1966 who are celebrating their 50th anniversary of graduation from the University at Buffalo School of Law. Mary Ellen Murphy Borgia, John A. Sarando, Marshall Cohen, and Richard Jackson. Would you please stand to be acknowledged? Thank you for joining us, and congratulations on this milestone. We now reach the portion of our program where we honor outstanding accomplishments through the announcements of awards and prizes. At this time, I would like to introduce Vice Dean and Professor Luis Chiesa, who will present the student awards and prizes.
The prizes and awards conferred today are described on pages 7 through 9 of your program. The Max Coren Award is presented to the member of the graduating class who, in the judgment of the faculty and the dean, has exemplified the highest standards of the profession by virtue of scholastic achievement, leadership, and dedication to the ideals of the law. This award is supported by a gift from M. Robert Coren, class of 1944, and son of Max Coren. When I call your name, please come to the stage to be recognized. The 2016 Max Coren Award recipient is Nintras Jampir. The John N. Bennett Achievement Award honors the senior judged by the faculty who demonstrates the highest scholastic achievement in the graduating class. The award is named in honor of John N. Bennett, class of 1933. When I call your name, please come to the stage to be recognized. The 2016 John N. Bennett Achievement Award is given to Stephen Mafucci and Bridget Steele. The Dale S. Margulies Award is presented to a member of the graduating class who has contributed the most to the law school and the community. Dale S. Margulies, a member of the class of 1982, died suddenly in August 1982. To honor his memory, his classmates, family, and friends established this award. Members of the graduating class nominate candidates, and the recipient is selected by the deans. When I call your name, please come to the stage to be recognized. The 2016 Dale S. Margulies Award recipient is Amanda Karpovich. The other award recipients are listed on the insert in your program. These students received their awards this morning during our Student Awards Convocation. Will those students who have won awards please stand up? Thank you. I am pleased to now present the 2016 Faculty and Staff Awards. Each year, the graduating class votes to recognize a member of the faculty and a member of the staff for their outstanding contributions to the law school. This year's Staff Award goes to Amy Atkinson. Please come forward to accept your award. This year's Faculty Award goes to Professor Bernadette Gargano. Please come forward to accept your award. The candidates recommended by the faculty for the degree of Master of Laws in Criminal Law will be presented by Interim Dean James Gardner.
Will the candidates for the degree of Master of Laws, Criminal Law, please rise? On behalf of the law school, I have the honor to present these candidates. They have met all the requirements of the university and are recommended by the faculty for the degree of Master of Laws, Criminal Law.
By the authority of the trustees and the Chancellor of the State University of New York and the Council and the faculty of the University at Buffalo, I now confer upon you the degree of Master of Laws, Criminal Laws, with all the rights and privileges thereto pertaining. Congratulations.
Mohini Giri. Roman Sodrididump. Please join me in congratulating the graduates. The candidates recommended by the faculty for the degree of Master of Laws will be presented by Interim Dean James Gardner.
Will the candidates for the degree of Master of Laws please rise? On behalf of the law school, I have the honor to present these candidates. They have met all the requirements of the university and are recommended by the faculty for the degree of Master of Laws.
By the authority of the trustees and the Chancellor of the State University of New York and the Council and the faculty of the University at Buffalo, I now confer upon you the degree of Master of Laws with all the rights and privileges thereto pertaining. Congratulations.
Tushar Ahuja. Daniel Garcia Tejada. Philippa Grant. Tiffany Mackenzie. Supavi Nimitko. Sipora Ogati. Mary Kate Pascasi. Isabel Vladayu. Please join me in congratulating the graduates. The candidates recommended by the faculty for the degree of Juris Doctor will be presented by Interim Dean James Gardner.
Will the candidates for the degree of Juris Doctor please rise? On behalf of the law school, I have the honor to present these candidates. They have met all of the requirements of the university and are recommended by the faculty for the degree of Juris Doctor.
By the authority of the trustees and the Chancellor of the State University of New York and the Council and the faculty of the University at Buffalo, I now confer upon you the degree of Juris Doctor with all the rights and privileges thereto pertaining. Congratulations.
Mitchell Altman Cosgrove. Maron Amare. Brittany Danielle Andrews. Umberto Nicodemo Angeletta. Catherine Ahi. Trishay Ball. Kayleen Balsano. Okay. Danielle Antoinette Becker. Samuel Benatovich. Ashley Corrine Blaowitz. Michael Borello. Eric Burrows. Lacey Dawn Canty. Daniel Carosa. Christopher Castro. Francis Cristiano. Christopher Colucci. Robert James Connor, Jr. Kara Cox. Victoria Cruz Perez. Eric Curtis. Alexandra Cusano. John Darnell. Dennis Davis. Andrew Tabashnik. Erin Elizabeth Decker. Andrew James DeMasters. Brendan Matthew Dance. Jordan Darren. Jessica Diaz. Lee DeFilippo. Andrea DiNatale. Nicholas DiVirgilio. Catherine Rose Downey. Sarah Draper. Miles Eckert. Ryan Edwards. Ural Eaglemes. Kemal Irk. John Ryan Yule. Elias Farah. Kathleen Farrell. Nikolai Fyodorov. Carrie Farrell. Stephen Ronan Fisher. Brian Forbes. Anthony Frank. Erica Rose Gasawitz. Andrea Gervais. Julia Gilgard. Michelle Goodman. Gina Gramalia. Paul John Grassaday. Brendan Green. Dustin Green. Dejon Hall. Megan Ruth Hart. Megan Rose Hartle. Kate Lorraine Hartman. Alina Hassan. Seth Heiser. Jesse Holscher. Ariana Hu. Amy Teresa Hopkins. Catherine D. Horn. Michael Hoke. Maisha Blakeney. Samuel J. Ianacone III. Kelly Isles Hernandez. Aaron Jacobson. Ninteras Jean-Pierre. Kaylee Jessen. Matthew John Jr. David Kang. Amanda Marie Karpovich. Michael Joseph Kelly. Megan Kelsey. Derek Kettner. Rimsha Khan. Samantha King. Linda Koenig. Caitlin Chorus. Nicole Cosmonides. Maria Kristich and her beautiful dog Lacey. Melissa Marie Kubiak. Patrick Levy. Michael Ujun Lee. Kevin Lalonik. Catherine Lillis. Jonathan Ling. Lindsay Lucen. Kenneth Lowe. Chloe Jean McDonald. Stephen Mafucci. Philip Mariana. Aaron Marks. Jessica Elizabeth Mathlin. Priya Mathon. Brittany Maxon. Catherine McCull. Caitlin Eileen McPhillips. Brian McSherry. Thomas Migliaccio. Aaron Miller. Brianna Miller. Lauren Montemali. Elizabeth Ann Murphy. Ethan Murphy. Marina Murray. Ryan T. Murray. Tammy Nagwin. Chelsea Nikoloff. Cheryl Nielsen. Rosh Obilisundar. Sarah O'Brien. Aaron O'Gara. Kat Oleszek. Devin O'Mahan. Daniel Palermo. Erica Pandolfo. Michael Panzer. Elizabeth Parsons. Bill Pike. Julia Purdy. Jesse Pyle. Michael Reiser. Stephanie Rivas. Sarah Natalie Rotman. Congratulations. Anaís Rijo. William Rossi. Michelle Christine Roy. Merrick Sadler. Edward Sadowski. Justina Saylor. Volha Salve. Michelle Eileen Santiago. Timothy Sardone. Camila Scannell. Michael J. Schroeder. Michael Shug. Congratulations. Danielle Taylor Silas. Alexander Sinenko. Gregory Charles Smith. Mark Smith. Mary Catherine Smith. Matthew Smith. Patrick Christopher Stafford. Michael Staskew. Bridget C. Steele. Christine Sullivan. Michael Sullivan. Sarah Sweeney. Ibrahim Tariq. Wyman Taylor. Uching Tian. Kelsey Marie Ellen Till. Nara Jithru Jaira. Robert Townsley. Greco? Greco, right? Yeah. Joseph Greco. Trap. James Tressman. Maximilian Trussman. Jenna Turco. Gina Vallone. Aaron Van Nostrand. Peter Veach. Mary Alexandra Verdi. David Visco. Gerald Whalen. Brandon White. Allison Lee Williams. Jill Neck. Catherine Lee Wood. Samantha Yeager. Ramsha Sia. Robert Zielinski. And Corey Sorch.
Will the graduates please stand? You may now move your tassels from the right to the left. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the class of 2016.
You're all invited to join us at a reception for the graduates in the Coventry Circle outside of the Center for the Arts immediately following the commencement program. Please remain seated until the platform party and the graduates have exited the theater. Thank you for your cooperation. Professor Engel will now close the ceremony.
I hate to say this, but graduates, please rise. I declare this 2016 commencement of the University at Buffalo School of Law to be officially concluded.